What's up? It's your boy Mean Joe Green, aka Prince of the Ghetto. Y'all, that new Pooh Shiesty album, All Eyes on Shiesty. I want to talk about that today. Give his rating on it. I give the album for the streets. I'm really impressed by it. So for the streets with this album, he did his thing on there. I give it an 8. I'm talking about his voice. He don't sound like other rappers. A lot of rappers with that same sound, auto tune, same flow. He got his own flow through it. You know what I'm saying? He talking that gangster talk to all the young, gang members in the hood, the Vice Lord GD, the gang member, the street ninjas. Oh, that's their guy right there. This their album. He the man to them. I call it crash out music. I come from the cloth where Pooh come from. Like I said, back in my day, around this age, I was listening to bang bang music. See, I get it. But it's like now these youngsters, they doing that bang bang music and they actually got choppers and stuff, man. They got heavy artillery and they really doing the thing with it. See, back then when I was younger, it was that gang bang music. But we had like 9s and 4.5 40s and stuff with only 6 shots. And then many have, wet guns like that where I'm from. That people had them, but they weren't just out crashing out like how they doing it these days. So, that's why I think my generation survived. But this generation here, they just full of crash outs. And this Pooh Shiesty album is really giving them the straight blueprint on how to crash out in these streets and lose. Now that I'm older and I'm looking at this thing. But I gotta admit, hey, I come from that. I still listen to the streets at times to see what's going on. And I got to give it to them for the streets, for the dark side, you could say, you know what I'm saying? The hardcore ninjas, they gonna rock with it. But the only thing I want to say about this album, he called it All Eyes on Shiesty. He should have followed that Tupac formula, at least through a positive song or two up in there, because all the songs is about robbing, kidnapping, murder. It's nothing positive in there. And if he wanted to be like Pac threw a positive song up in there. What would have made his rating a 10, he should have threw a mama song up in there, like a Dear Mama. I Ain't Mad at You song. I'm sure everybody got that little sensitive side in them that, they feel expressed it. Put that music, put a song out there how you feel. If you got a daughter, make a song for your daughter. Make a song for your son. It ain't nothing wrong with, showing a little sensitivity in your music. You ain't got to be all hardcore, Hulk Hogan all through the music, showing everybody, I'm the hardest. I do this. I live this. I'm a killer and a rapper. Just through the whole album. It's cool, a few songs like that. Don't get me wrong, the songs were banging. But a positive song here or there would have just, when positive people hear, they'll go to that song. You got a mama song. Like when I was rapping, I followed that formula. I put a couple of sensitive songs on there. I put How I Feel, a mama song, talking that how real things, how I see that's happening, that I want to happen to me or my people. Not just always kidnapping and, the same thing you in jail for. I get it. That's why you in jail, because you live in your raps. That's another thing I like. I love rappers that really live their raps. Well, really do what they say in their rap, but not crash out, though. And a lot of people thinking like he talking all this and he got a case coming up and this gonna affect his case. But I like how Gucci or whoever did it when the song first came, when the first song, it said this is only for entertainment purposes only. I think that's what all rappers should do. That's where Mo3 should have put in front of his song. If you talking about somebody, put this is just for entertainment purposes only. And that'll just be like everything just alleged. So when you go to court, they can't bring up your music in trial because you said it's just for entertainment purpose. It's just like a movie. And that's what he put in front of this album. So he can say, hey, I'm just talking. It's just, the streets love this type of music. So that's the music I gave him. But if you want to be classy, you wanted your music to last, to test the time, you should have put a few positive songs off up in there, man. There's nothing wrong with 3 or 4 positive songs off in your list of 12 gangster songs. Because you got love in your heart. You love your mama. I'm sure you love your kids. You love your homeboy. If you my nigga then. You could have came out with one of those hits like Boosie. Your whole album ain't got to be all about crashing out. We get it. You a gangster. You do this. You rob. But where the other side, what we can see from you? Your heart, where that's it? Or you just a straight demon. There's no good in you. But I doubt that everybody got some type of good and somebody that they love. Do a song for that. Podcast, keep your head up. Give the young G's up under you some type of motivation. I think if he would have came like that and that anger put a few tracks of that in there. And then he talking that gangster. That'll make the gangsters feel to do, things like sensitive things, that put love in the hood. See, I keep telling y'all that music really is what shaped the hoods. If the hoods look up to this type of music, that's what they gonna be doing in the hood. Now, if he would have put a couple of positive songs off up in there, like I love my mama, man, them hood guys, they'll be like, man, I'm finna go fuck with my mom. And Mother's Day, they gonna show love. And that's what the hoods need right now. We need love, man. It's okay to drill at times, your enemies, but what a love. Put it in the music. Nothing wrong with it. If the gangsters don't want to hear that, you gonna have another audience that gonna want to hear that music, that positive. They can go to that music. You look at the audience you gonna get. You gonna get a positive, people that really don't like that gangster, but they'll hear your mama songs or whatever. Then you got the gangster, they'll roll with that. And who knows, they keep playing your album, they can go match for match. The gangsters like the sensitive music, and the sensitive music, they'll start liking the gangster. That's how Pac did it. That's why he was so big. But, I just want to, Pooh Shiesty, the album, for the streets, they gonna love it. Gang members, they gonna love it. It's crash out music. But, I understand. That's why I say people that really understand the rap game, they can hear that music and know not to go do this. We see it as entertainment only. But the youngsters, they really, their minds ain't shaped up like that. They think this the way to go. Because Pooh Shiesty did it. But look where that type of music gonna lead you. Look where Pooh Shiesty at. You gonna either be in prison or your ops gonna come and smoke you. It's the only 2 ways if you indulge and really love that type of music and live by that and want to live the raps that he talking. That's the only place it gonna lead you to. That's why I say he should have threw a few positive bones, a few positive joints in that thing, man. That thing would have been, it's still gone, because the streets with it, but it would have, and you would have got a whole new audience. So, that all eyes on Shiesty, it's okay. I like that reap what you sow. That all eyes on Shiesty, man, because I come from Memphis, Mississippi is similar to Memphis. So I can relate to it, Our streets is similar to like what they doing. But, Pooh Shiesty, him and Gucci had that little quarrel. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, if this may be his last album or last time dropping. Not sure if he got more music in the vault, but either way, he's still under 1017. Gucci got it. So, Gucci Gucci reaping the rewards from this album, man. I'm sure Pooh Shiesty family gonna get, something out of it, but Gucci is reaping. Gucci is getting the cheddar. And, I just wish Pooh Shiesty was out. And, if he was out and he talking about under this contract, look at this album. He finna make millions with this album. I always say that, like right now, he the hottest thing out. If he was out, his show is gonna be 100,000 plus. The biggest thing right now. And he was gonna get millions. And then he could have just bought his way. Let the lawyers fight that. If he wanted to get out the contract. That's the smartest way. But he did what he talking his music. Crashed out. Which costs him. You youngster, that's what happened when you take matter, put the streets in business and crash out. You gonna lose just like what happened to Pooh Shiesty. Or you might lose your life like what happened to Julio Fulio. That's the only way the streets end. When you got enemies and things like that, And once you make millions, man, the streets, you shouldn't really be living, going 100% in the streets. You supposed to be getting corporate. You supposed to be rubbing shoulders with the white man, thinking of how to get $1 billion. So you can get your people out them streets. Cause we all know the streets is just a dead end. If people hollering they street, we in the streets, you just living in a dead end. Hey, y'all been to an alley and it's just a dead end with nothing else. That's what the streets is like now, a dead end. We want to turn around. If you driving, we want to turn around. I ain't trying to chill at no dead end. I want to turn around and go see some things. You want to travel the world, see some buildings. Go to some beaches, travel in the ocean, go overseas. It's a big world out here, man, and that's the goal. Let's explore this world. And you got the money to do so. That's life, that's living. Life is not just about the same corner that you grew up on, talking about this mine, and you ready to kill somebody because they over there, or they came on your corner. We don't fuck with them, and y'all want to kill each other. That ain't life. That ain't living, man. Living is getting on them yachts and stuff. When you get millions. And then the look on your family faces, you helping them, putting them in position to get millions. That's the goal. That's Pooh Shiesty had the power to do that. And that's why I'm on this, because he fucked that up, man. So, you youngster think now it's okay to listen to the music, but try to know. Try to understand. That ain't the way to go by things, man. That ain't how you really supposed to live, But hey, I just want to speak on that, man. Pooh Shiesty, all eyes on Shiesty. For this generation, the boy did his thing. Because I come from it, he did his thing. He don't sound like other rappers. He even, had like a do or die sample in there. I heard a little ghetto boys up in there. So the boy knows some shit now. I was like, okay. I checked him out. I was like, okay. The best I heard in this generation, in my opinion. So yeah, shout out to Pooh Shiesty, man. I hope things work out for that boy. I just wish that he could learn his lesson and get out and do the right thing, man. That's all I would like to see. However him and Gucci and them can work something out and he can get out, but don't go really doing this again and end right back up in jail, If he do it that way, then he must truly really be a demon. But hey, it is what it is, man. That all eyes on Shiesty out, man. Y'all check it out if you into hip hop like that. But basically, it's really like crash out music, gangster music, And, sometimes I got to give the pleasure of that because I come from that, So I hear it. But I'm just saying, if he would have put some positive joints in that thing, I think that album would have been even bigger and lasted more longer than it will really, this album really lasts, So again, shout out to Pooh Shiesty, 1017, Gucci Mane. Them boys did their thing with this, And that's what it is. you made it this far in the video, like the video, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. And as always, I'm coming back with some more flavor. And it's all good. It's your boy Mean Joe Green. Love. And I'm up out.